Aries, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on the description box below and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each individual card. Sure, without further ado. Ooh. So there's this thing about the swords. Especially the Ace of Sword. When I see the Ace of Sword facing me the way it is, when it's in the inverse, it looks like it's stabbing me in the heart. Okay, so there's a truth or an idea that hit really close to home here. However, you are looking to put in a little bit of hard work to overcome this adversary idea or concept or value. Okay, so you got a glimpse of the truth and it hurt, but you're like, I can put a little work in to change that. So this reading is about self, Aries. This is about you. It's not about anybody else. You see something within yourself that needs changing. The fear is that getting started on this journey will diminish a good attitude or mood that you had. It will occupy you too much and suck a little fun out of your week. It feels like, yes, you're willing to put the work in, but you're like, oh, but I had all these other things planned and that's not going to work out. And, well, could I go do that anyway? Would I still have as much fun if I went out and I did this? But I'm still in the back of my mind occupied and working on this. The reality of the situation is you need to do the work because you feel stuck and stagnant. And if there's one thing about an Aries does not like to feel that way. You don't like to feel like you're not moving or progressing. Even if you're progressing in all the wrong shit, at least you're moving somewhere and you're happy. But this feels like stuck. This feels like limbo. And that's why you're like, well, I need to do something here. I'm really wondering what this truth is because Aries people do tend to be very reflective, and every time an Aries lashes out at somebody, and you do because you guys hold good boundaries, you don't let people cross boundaries, and you get very vocal about it. But every time you do, it takes a little bit of time, and you actually reflect and ask yourself, or at least that's what I'm getting from people watching this, at least what I'm getting from the spread. Do I do that too? That's what this feels like here. This feels like you saw something in somebody else you didn't like, and then you recognize that you do it too. So now you're putting the work into not doing that. You recognize putting this work in sucks all the fun out of it because now you're aware of this bad habit and it takes actual time and effort to make active changes in your life so you can change this energy and not be what you don't see. And you feel stuck in the process. But the reality might also be that this person is stuck and isn't willing to put that work in. So you might see yourself progressing and you might recognize that person's not going to change, but hell, at least I can. It's a good headspace, Aries. I like that. Ooh. Ooh. So you're letting go of the you're letting go of the reciprocity of this situation, and you're no longer looking to maintain a relationship. You wanted to maintain a relationship, be this a friend, a family member, a job, a client, a church. um, you were looking to really have a long-term relationship with this person or persons, and you're not looking at that anymore. What you saw in them left such a bad taste in your mouth that you don't want to deal with this person or persons anymore. You're recognizing that there's something similar in you that drew you to them in the first place, and you want out. Aries, I don't know what this person or person said or did or what value system disagreed with you so much, but this shows me you severing ties with somebody. but you're recognizing a reflection in you of their personality trait that drew you to that person in the first place. And you're like, I just can't do this anymore. It's just not serving me any good. You are leaving that person completely behind and healing yourself, changing yourself so you don't wind up back in this position again. This is you recognizing that you need to put in the work to end a karmic cycle. Because there's 12 laws of karma, and one of them says you're destined to repeat the same mistake until you learn your lesson. You just repeat it over and over. Also, they say that you receive what you give. What you give out, you receive in return. And by making these changes within yourself, you're addressing those two things. You're going to be better off, and this person's going to be left in the dust. Damn, Aries. When you give it to somebody, you really give it to somebody, man. I love you guys. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next week.